Hello, hello. All right. What? What?
You said this raspberry beer looks like it's gonna be freaking delicious.
That is so unappetizing. Just jars of beer.
And I got a couple of those blonde cats too.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't about,
Oh, the posture trainers. They all look so dramatic when they're like,
one that just does it. Like, I'm not talking about the electronic one that like reminds you.
yeah.
I'm talking more like the raw almost.
Oh, you're.
Yeah. No, I don't want a trainer.
All right.
I just wanted to stick it for me.
I gotcha. All right. So you guys, I'm admitting y'all as you enter into the waiting room at this point going forward. So we've got 11 minutes until our start time. I'm still working out all the kinks of Zoom. So if you cannot hear me when I'm talking, would somebody just let me know in the chat? I would appreciate that quite a bit. All right. All right. So if anybody has any questions or anything they want to add before we get started, you are welcome to unmute yourself and ask away. There's also the chat option. If you read the bolded text at the top of the email invite for this, I linked my playlist. So if you want to play along, I am not going to play a playlist on my side. I feel like it sometimes muddies the sound. But if you want to play the playlist on your own, you can queue it up on Spotify. And I will kind of tell you at the beginning of class when's the like right time to start that, so it's synced up as much as possible. And then one other thing is if you have access to blocks, if you have blocks at home, we're going to utilize 2 today. If you don't have blocks, you can use a whole bunch of different other things to stand in as blocks. What we're going to be using them for is at some point we're going to be in a standing position with the hands supported by blocks. And the reason we support the hands with blocks is because the movement that we're going to do from there is one that most folks are not going to be flexible enough to get into with the hands on the ground. So having the opportunity to bring your hands to those blocks or to those props that you have in the place of blocks will be super helpful. All right, cool. So we're still getting people checked in. Let me make sure there's not any more late signups. I would hate for anybody to not get the email. Let's see here, refresh. All right. I recognize that music, whoever's playing it.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, shit, my audio's on.
That's okay. I was going to leave everybody's audio on until I actually start,
Okay.
and then I'll mute you guys. Yeah, I like the audio on to be on as we all sort of like trickle into the meeting, just in case anyone wants to socialize like we would get to in a studio, you know.
Yeah. This is Jordan, by the way.
Hey, Jordan, how are you?
I'm good. I screwed up attending all your other classes. I'm early, so I'm not going to screw this one up.
You're all good. I'm glad you're here. I saw your name on the roster. Yes, and I will. I have a message in the chat about everyone muting their mics. I'm just going to override that. I'm going to mute from my side, so y'all will all be muted once we start.
Okay. Everything good on at the house and all that?
Yeah, life's good, man. How about you?
Yeah, just trying to survive out here. I got Abby and with her dad, and I'm over here just taking care of stuff here.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, we've got 5 minutes before we get started. I'm going to do one last pass through on MBO to make sure there's nobody else signed in. We're good. We're good. All right, so you guys, if you are just joining us, if you weren't connected a few minutes ago when I was yammering on, the email that I sent out with the invite for this meeting has at the top some bolded text. One of those items is a link to the playlist for this. If you want music, you are welcome to go grab that playlist and play it in your own space. Like I said a minute ago, I'm going to be muting everybody's microphone, so we won't be hearing like this cacophony of music playing. What is this? So it won't be too overwhelming. If you don't want music, don't worry about music. It's there for you if you do. Second item on the list is having something that you can bring your hands to. From what we're actually using them for is in a standing split. So
kicking and screaming, and the media everywhere is mostly liberal.
At one point, we'll be coming into a standing split, and we're going to be doing some movements where you want your hands grounded. All right.
But Laura discovered she wasn't alone.
Everywhere I go, there's
All right.
someone point me out.
Hold on. Let's see this.
Your putty's charging.
Mute all. There we go. All right, so you are all muted. You all do have the autonomy to unmute yourself. So if before we get started, you have a question, you are welcome to unmute yourself and ask away. Otherwise, you are on mute. All right, let me go ahead here. So what I was gonna say is what we're using those blocks for is we'll be here in a standing split, doing some movements that you want the hands grounded for. And the movements themselves are big enough and sort of dramatic enough that most of us are not going to be flexible enough to do that from fingertips or hands on the ground. So having something to prop your hands up on could be super duper helpful if that sounds good to you. Okay, let's see who else here. All right, so it's about 2 minutes till. Okay. Okay, see waiting room. Come on in, come on in. All right. I'm trying to look and see how many people have signed in compared to how many people I sent the invite to. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing a couple. All right. All right, you guys. It's 8:30. Let's do some yoga. I am going to be monitoring the waiting room for the first few moments of class, just in case. Oh, I've got a chat message. What's up? Do I prefer you to be on the video or not? So truth be told, I actually blow up my own little window to take up most of the screen so that I can make sure that what I'm doing, you guys can see. So you can have yourself on the camera. It's not going to be distracting to me in any way at all. So if you want to have yourself on camera, maybe so you can check out your own alignment the way you might use a mirror in a studio, you are more than invited to do that. Otherwise, feel free to turn your camera off. So whichever is easiest for you, whatever feels most comfortable. All right. So like I said, I'll be monitoring this for the first few minutes of class just to make sure if anybody gets dropped out, they can get in, or if anyone comes in late. So if you see me not on my mat, that's what I'm doing, just managing the Zoom meeting. But since it's 8:30, we'll go ahead and get started, you guys. Hi, I'm Allison. Whoa. Salkowski. So thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Like I said, if you have blocks, please grab them. If not, grab yourself something that you can use as a stand-in for blocks. And everything we're going to be doing today is all suggestion. And you've probably heard it a bunch of times before, but I want you to feel like you can modify your practice to fit you in the best way possible. So I'm here as a guide, but it's ultimately your opportunity to move on your mat the way that feels right for you. So we're going to go ahead and begin. If you have those blocks or whatever props you have in the place of blocks, go ahead and just shift them towards the front edge of your mat. They don't need to be on your mat at all. We won't be using them for a little while, but we're going to get started laying down on our backs. So all the way reclined in a supine position, almost like a little miniature Shavasana. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Let your arms fall down at your sides. We're starting off this nice, easy, relaxed way because we're going to work today. So I want to have a nice little gentle intro to our practice. And as you make your way into that reclined position, as you lay down onto your back and let your body soften, go ahead and close your eyes. Begin to slow down your breathing, focusing on taking really deep inhales through your nose, feeling the expansion of your rib cage. And taking really deep exhales through your nose, feeling your navel hug in towards your spine to really express as much air from your lungs as you can. The deeper your exhales, the more space you create for your next inhale. So long exhales enable us to have really deep breaths altogether. And then take a scan of your body here from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Observe anything your body might be feeling. Are you holding on to any tension in any space? Is there anything that feels stale within your physical body? And if that's the case, can you imagine sending your breaths into those tight or stale spaces? Giving yourself that permission to fully soften here on your mat. If you would like to set an intention for your practice this evening, you have the time and the space to do so here. This might be a word, a phrase, something that resonates with you, something that you're working towards. I know from speaking with my own friends and family that this quarantine has been wildly, not confusing, that's not the right word, but challenging, so to speak. We're all having to adjust to our quote unquote new normal, figuring out how we're going to operate in our daily lives. And a lot of times we tend to carry that stress into our physical body. Sometimes it's nice just to have a thought, a simple word, a simple mantra to come back to reground and refocus, and to try to create a little bit more like of a gentle ambiance within ourselves. All together, take a slow, steady inhale through your nose, your deepest inhale yet. Open mouth, exhale, let that breath go. Feel free to make some noise with it. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more time, breathe in through your nose. Let this be your fullest inhale yet. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. From here, seal your lips. Continue to breathe in and out through your nose, maintaining a subtle constriction at the back of your throat, feeling that vibration of your breath, noticing the warming quality your breath has now taken on. And as we start to create movement in our body, can you find that this breath remains a constant? If you are following along with the playlist for this evening, you are welcome to go ahead and push play now. Give yourself about 2 to 3 more steady rounds of breath here in this mini Shavasana. Begin to find movement in your body. Wiggle your toes, your fingers, lick your lips. Gently bend your knees, hug both thighs into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little rock side to side as you press your entire low back down onto the ground. From here, interlace both hands on top of your right knee. Extend your left heel all the way down to the front edge of your mat. Take a big breath in, squeeze that right knee tight towards your armpit. Exhale, supine twist. Let that right knee fall across your belly towards the left side of your mat. Focus here on pressing both of your shoulder blades into the earth. Keep your chest nice and open, and if it feels good in your neck, maybe start to swivel your gaze to the right. Breathing deeply here, finding that subtle opening through the low back and the outer right hip. Inhale to gently draw that right knee back towards your right armpit. Keep that thigh hugged in close. Turn your foot to face the ceiling. Reach up with your right hand and grab for the pinky toe side of that right foot, coming into a half happy baby. And early on in a practice, this might be pretty intense in that right hip. So only take this as deep as feels right to you. But start to find a little movement here. So you're actively mobilizing into that right hip. So you can paint that right heel around in some circles. You can rock your entire pelvis side to side. Feel where your femur plugs into your hip socket and just notice what mobility feels like in this space. Maintain that hold of your right foot. Bend your left knee again. Your left foot comes flat to the ground. And with your right hand, guide your right ankle to cross over your left thigh like a figure 4. Make sure that your right ankle is flexed. Your right knee presses towards the front of your mat. Both hands grab behind your left thigh as you start to pull your left knee close, coming into your reclined half pigeon pose. Again, you choose how much juice you give this. So if you want to get a little more intensity, press your right elbow to the inside of that right knee and really feel what's going on through that outer right hip. Make sure that right ankle stays engaged. Take 1 to 2 more slow, steady breaths here. Keeping your right ankle crossed on top of your left thigh, gently lower your left foot back down to your mat, and then eagle wrap your legs. Cross that right thigh all the way around the left. Take a slow breath in. Feel the length of your low back. Exhale, drop both of your knees over to the left, coming into a slightly more intense spinal twist here. So what you felt a moment ago through that right hip, can you feel it a little bit more deeply here? And if this is too intense, just unwind those legs a tiny little bit. Inhale as you draw both knees back through heart center. Unwind your legs. Give both knees a hug towards your chest. And then plant your feet flat on your mat. Heels walk nice and close towards your bum. Take a second. Tuck your tailbone. Scoop your pubic bone towards your chin. Inhale, bridge pose. Press through your feet. Lift your hips up and away from the ground. Can you soften your glutes here and instead activate through your belly? Really feel what's going on from your pubic bone to your sternum, and then press through your feet. Lift your hips half an inch higher. Take a slow breath in. Exhale, softly return your hips to the earth. Draw both knees back into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Lengthen your low back on the ground. This time, interlace your hands on top of your left knee. Extend your right heel all the way to the top edge of your mat. Deep breath in, squeeze your left knee tight towards your left shoulder. Supine twist, exhale, left knee falls over your belly towards the right side of your space. Broaden across your heart, root into your shoulder blades and breathe. If you'd like to take that twist of your gaze towards your left fingertips, feel free. And then can you imagine sending your breath into that left outer hip space, into your low back, finding a little bit more openness. Inhale to draw back through center. Left knee hugs towards your left armpit. Start to swivel your foot towards the sky. Reach up with your left hand. Grab for the pinky edge of your left foot. Find your half happy baby here on this side. And then just like you did on the right, can you start to mobilize that left hip, finding any little movements here that feel nice as you start to create just a little bit more sensation, a little bit less stagnant energy. Finding your way to stillness, maintain the hold of your left foot. Bend your right knee, bring your right heel towards your bum, flat to the earth. And then use your left hand to glide your left ankle to cross over your right thigh. Pause here for a moment. Flex your left ankle. Drive your left knee towards the top edge of your mat. From here, take both hands, grab behind your right thigh, give yourself a squeeze, come into your reclined half pigeon pose here on the second side. You, again, get to choose how much more sensation you want to put into this, if any at all. Stay with the breath. Keep your left ankle engaged. Take 2 more inhales and exhales here. Keeping that left ankle crossed on your right thigh, slowly return your right foot to the earth. And then eagle those legs, left hamstrings kiss the top of your right thigh. Take a big breath in. Exhale as you drop both knees over to the right. Broaden across your chest. Gaze perhaps maybe again towards your left fingertips if that feels nice. And just find that slightly deeper sensation through the outer left hip into the low back. Again, if you want less sensation, just make the cross of your legs a little bit less extreme. So we're working into the outer hip space a lot today, including our side bodies all the way down through the IT band to the outer knee. Gently drop back through center, thighs hug towards your chest, unwind. Both knees are parallel to each other. One more time, plant your heels on the earth just behind your bum, tuck your tailbone under, inhale, bridge pose, lift your hips. This time, perhaps you walk your shoulder blades together underneath your heart and interlace your fingers, getting a slightly more expansive chest. Can you press into your feet a little harder and lift your hips a little higher? We're here for 3, 2, 1. If you bound your hands, gently release, softly surrender your spine back to the earth. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet come together, knees splay open wide. Take a second here to make sure your low back stays grounded. So maybe you walk your heels a little further away from your groin. Interlace both hands behind your head, elbows make the same diamond shape that your knees are in. Take a slow inhale. Exhale to crunch up, lift your shoulder blades off the earth. Inhale, gently lower back down. Keep your low back connected with your mat. Exhale to rise. Inhale as you lower down. Exhale to lift. Keep moving with your breath. Keep pressing the soles of your feet together for an added challenge. Pick your feet up off the earth and float them. We're here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, last 6. Keep your low back on the earth for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you floated your feet, lower them back down, reach to the outer edges of your thighs, close your knees together, pull those thighs back into your chest. This time, rock and roll the length of your spine forward and backward, gather your momentum, come all the way to all fours, your tabletop. So position your shoulders right above your wrists, your hips right above your knees, and then start to move through some cows and cats. Inhale, soften your navel, lift your tailbone, look up high. Exhale, reverse the movement, chin to chest, tailbone tucks, open your shoulder blades. Inhale, cow pose, arch your spine, lift your gaze. Exhale, cat, chin to chest, belly to spine, push the earth away. Inhale, cow pose, belly soft, gaze rises. Exhale, cat, reverse the movement, chin to chest. Come back into your neutral tabletop. Inhale, sweep your left fingertips to the sky. Look at your thumb. Exhale, glide that left arm underneath your heart until your shoulder and ear land on your mat. Can you reach those left fingertips a little bit further through that twist? And then send your right fingertips up to the top corner of your mat so that your right armpit is just outside your right cheek. From here, can you start to twist your chin, your nose, underneath that armpit towards the ceiling? So you're getting a slightly deeper twist into your spine. From here, keep pressing your left butt cheek back. Try to keep your hips square. Take just one more breath. Slowly drag that right hand back in front of your face. Inhale to unwind, send your left fingertips to the sky. Exhale, swim that left arm forward, bring it back down to the earth, tabletop. Cow pose, inhale, soften your belly, look up. Cat, exhale, chin to chest, draw your belly in. Come back through neutral, this time right hand, inhale, sweep it up to the sky, lift your gaze. Exhale, thread that right arm all the way underneath your chest, land on that right ear and shoulder. Can you reach your right fingertips through a little bit deeper? Take your left fingertips up to the top left corner of your mat, and then start to twist your gaze underneath your left armpit towards the ceiling. You find a stretch through the back of your right shoulder, and you're opening up through your chest as much as you can. Actively pull your left butt cheek back. Take it up here. Inhale, unwind, reach your right hand towards the sky. Swim that right hand forward, exhale, tabletop, palm returns to the earth. One more cow pose, inhale, soften your belly, look up. Exhale, cat, chin to chest, round your back. Come back through neutral, keep your fingers spread wide, tuck your toes, take a big breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale, send your hips to the sky. Since this is our first down dog, take a few breaths here. Create any little movements or shapes within your body that feel nice as you create that stretch, as you open up all the way from your heels to your glutes, from your hips to your fingertips. And then as you're ready, settle into your still downward facing dog. Take a big breath in, lift high to the balls of your feet. Exhale, itty bitty steps, walk your feet all the way to your hands at the top of your mat. Settle into your ragdoll pose. Feet are open to about hip width distance. Take a generous bend in your knees. Let your chest and your belly melt down forward over your thighs. And then you can find any arm variation here that feels right for you. So perhaps you latch onto opposite elbows. Maybe you interlace your hands behind your head or behind your back. Take about 2 more breaths just to let the crown of your head magnetize towards the earth between your big toes. From here, slowly release your hands to the earth. Toe heel your feet towards one another. Big toes might kiss. Keep a little sliver between your heels. Inhale, lift halfway. Find a long spine as your crown pulls away from your tailbone. Exhale, forward fold, let everything go. Inhale, rise all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, stand tall, reach tall. Take a second here, hug your belly and tuck your tailbone. Draw your shoulder blades down into your back pockets. Deep inhale as you lift. Exhale, side bend to the right as your right palm presses into your right IT band and your left fingertips sweep up and overhead. Take a second here, distribute your weight evenly through both heels, and then roll your left shoulder back to keep your heart open. Inhale, come back through center, reach both hands high. Exhale, side bend over to your left, same thing, second side. Left hand presses into left IT band. Right fingertips reach up and over, draw that right shoulder back, open your chest, press into both heels. Inhale, come back through center, rise up, reach up. Forward fold, exhale, hinge at your hips, melt down. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. High plank, exhale, palms down, feet back, hold right there. Squeeze your navel in towards your spine, press your heels back, your crown forward, super active through your entire body. Inhale, rock forward. Wrap the elbows in towards your ribs, exhale, come all the way down onto the belly. Zip your inseams together, press the shoelace sides of your feet down. Inhale, low cobra, peel your chest up and away from your mat. Keep little to no weight in your hands, really tweeze your elbows down towards each other at your waist. And then can you press your feet down a little harder, lift your heart a little bit higher. Take 1 more breath in. Forehead to the earth, exhale, tuck your toes, high plank. Inhale, push your mat away. Downward facing dog, exhale, hips rise. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Feet to hands, forward fold, top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold and release. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale, rise up all the way, reach for the sky. Exhale, side bend to your right, right palm presses, right, left hand reaches. Inhale, come back through center, lift up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale to rise. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips, melt down. Halfway lift, inhale to lengthen. High plank, exhale, palms down, feet back. Nice strong core, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower halfway down. Upward facing dog, inhale, roll to the tops of your feet, lift your heart, pause here. Press through your feet so much that your kneecaps lift. Open up your heart nice and broad. Take a deep breath in. Downward facing dog, exhale, hips rise, bend your knees, gaze forward. Feet to hands, forward fold, top of your mat. Last time through that sun A, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold and release. Inhale, rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana, reach for the ceiling. Side bend to the right, exhale, reach through those left fingertips. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, side bend left, reach through the right fingertips. Inhale to rise, grow tall. Forward fold, exhale, release. Halfway lift, breathe in, flat back. Chaturanga Dandasana, your breath, your movements. Go high plank to low, inhale, lift your heart, cobra or up dog, you choose. Downward facing dog, exhale, send your hips to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And a bigger breath out. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Feet to hands, forward fold, top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, flat spine. Exhale, forward fold, let everything go. Chair pose, Utkatasana, sit low, reach high, hold there. Squeeze your inner thighs together so tight you could crack walnuts between them. And then feel your belly pull in tight. Can you tuck your tailbone a little bit more? Can you sit your butt 1 inch lower? Take a slow breath in through the nose. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga Dandasana, your journey all the way back to downward facing dog. You are welcome to lower your knees for that Chaturanga at any point in time or skip it all together. Once you hit that down dog, take a breath. Inhale, right heel rises, three-legged dog. Make sure your toes face the ground. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine, shift forward. Inhale, right heel kicks back up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine, pull forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine, pull forward. Hold, step that right foot to your right thumb, runner's lunge. Easy twist, right hand high. Inhale, open your chest, look up towards that right thumb. Can you press into your left hand to broaden your chest a little bit more? Feel that right thigh squeeze in towards your belly. Take one more breath in. Close the twist, exhale, right hand comes down to the ground. High crescent lunge, breathe in, lift up. You can always bend that back knee in order to create a little bit more length in the low back. Really press actively into both feet. Feel your heart rise. Nice open collarbone. Inhale here. Warrior two, exhale, spin your left heel down. Tee open your arms, face your chest to the left side of your mat. Gaze follows your right fingertips forward, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, reverse warrior, right hand goes up and back. Nice stretch into that right side body. Stay committed to the lunge in your front knee. Feel that knee peel open towards your pinky toe. Inhale. Extended side angle, exhale, shift forward. You can bring your right hand towards the earth, or you can bend the right elbow and rest your forearm on top of your thigh. Feel your left fingertips extending up and overhead towards the front of your space, and then tuck your right hip under as you roll that left side body back. Reverse triangle, inhale. Switch the position of your arm, straighten your front knee, reach that right hand up and back. Little to no weight in your left hand here. If the temptation is great, wrap that left arm around your low back. Can you press into the ball of your right foot here? Take a big inhale. Triangle pose, exhale. Keep a long right side body as you reach that right hand forward and then down. Left fingertips up to the sky. You always have the option to take your right hand to some sort of prop for an extra boost up and away from the earth. Find that stretch to the inner line of the right thigh, and just like in that extended side angle, tuck your right hip under, roll the left side body back. Coming back to your reverse warrior, inhale, bend your right knee, sweep your right hand up and back. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, cartwheel your hands to the earth, step right toes to meet left, your journey all the way through to that downward facing dog, your beautiful inverted V shape. Hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. Hold your pose. Breathe in this down dog. Moving to the left side. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your left heel towards the ceiling. Exhale, knee to nose. Round your spine. Shift forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left heel back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Round your spine. Shift forward again. Inhale, three-legged dog, left heel up. Last time, exhale, knee to nose, hold strong. Runner's lunge, step that left foot to your left thumb. Easy twist, left hand high. Inhale, open your heart. Take your gaze towards your left thumb. Press into your right hand. Can you find a little bit more space from hand to hand? Last breath in here. Slowly close the twist, exhale, left hand comes down, rise, high crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, stand tall, stand proud. Find a lengthened low back, maybe that means you micro bend the back knee, and then hug your belly and feel your heart lift a little bit higher. Inhale here. Warrior two, exhale, spin that right heel down, tee open your heart to the right side of your space. Still committed to the lunge in your front knee, gaze forward over your left fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior. Take that left hand up and back like you were painting a line on the ceiling. Breathing into that left lung to open up from your hip to your armpit. Take one more inhale here. Extended side angle, exhale. Reach that left hand forward, then down as your right hand reaches up and over the crown of your head. Once again, you have the option to bring your left forearm to the top of your thigh. Scoop your left hip under as you roll that right side body back. Inhale, reverse triangle. Shift your weight back with that left hand reaching high as you straighten your left knee. Keep a really nice engaged mid body here. So you're still lifting up even as you find this side bend. Inhale. Exhale, triangle pose. Draw your left fingertips forward, left hip back. Create that long side body and then tick-tock the arms to 6 and 12. Press firmly into both of your feet. Feel your inner thighs get strong. Like you could reach your left armpit away from your left hip. Create that nice lengthened side body. Back to reverse warrior. Inhale, bend your left knee, sweep your left hand up and back. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, hands to the ground, left toes meet right. Your journey back to downward facing dog. Once you hit that down dog, hold space, breathe. So we'll flow through that again. We're gonna do what we've already done a little bit more quickly. And then we're going to tack on some additional poses to the end to get a little bit more dynamic within our own physical body, particularly our outer hips. Take a slow breath in and a gentle breath out. Inhale, send your right heel high, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, exhale, round your spine, rock forward. Inhale, three-legged dog, right heel lifts. This time, right knee, right armpit, use your obliques, exhale, rock forward. Inhale, three-legged dog, right heel up. Exhale, right knee, left armpit, find that twist under your belly. Inhale, three-legged dog, right heel high. Exhale, knee to nose and step through, runner's lunge. Easy twist, right hand high, breathe in, look up. Exhale, close the twist, right hand returns to the earth. High crescent lunge, inhale, rise up. Warrior two, exhale, spin open to your left. Reverse warrior, inhale, right hand high, open the side body. Extended side angle, exhale, shift back forward towards your right leg. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten your right knee, press to the ball of your foot, sweep that right hand up. Triangle pose, Trikonasana, exhale, sass your hips back, arms to 6 and 12. From here, take a big breath in. Wide-legged forward fold, exhale, melt your heart down between your legs as you spin your right toes to face the same direction as your left. Let your head get heavy here. Feel your body weight start to shift towards the ball mounds of your feet. Get a slightly deeper stretch to the backs of both legs. Take 1 or 2 slow, steady rounds of breath here. Let your hands settle to the earth beneath your shoulders. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen your spine. Skandasana to your left foot. Exhale, bend your left knee, straighten your right, let your butt sink towards your left heel. Right toes turn to face the ceiling. And then if you want your hands to be supported on the earth or on some props here, feel free. Focus on that stretch to the inner right thigh, and then really activate that right foot. If you want the hands to heart center, hands can be to heart center. For this next move, you can choose to take this flight without hands or to use your hands as a guide. Take a big breath in, lengthen your crown upward. Exhale, runner's lunge to the top of your mat, square off over that right leg. Pressing up off of your left toes, inhale, standing split, lift your left heel into the air. Relax into the crown of your head. Those 2 blocks or the props that you have in place of blocks at the top of your mat, go ahead and pull them in so you can bring your hands to them. If you can look underneath your belly and spot your left toes, check in to make sure those left toes are facing the earth instead of spiraling open to the left side of your space. From here, and I'll turn to the side so you can see what I'm talking about, you're gonna send that left heel high, big breath in. As you exhale, cross your left leg behind your right. You're bending your right knee, the pinky edge of your left foot touches down. So you're in this like skier squat. How low can you take it? Maybe you do float your hands. Maybe you don't need to have the hands grounded here. Come back to your standing split. Inhale, sweep that left leg wide and high. Exhale, find that skier squat again. Drag the left leg behind your right, squat low. Inhale, back to your standing split. Lift the left foot. Last time, exhale, find that skier squat with a straight left leg. Sink into it. Breathe. So you really get the stretch to the outer right hip when you do this. One last time, come back to your standing split. Inhale, straighten the right knee, lift the left. Exhale, forward fold, left foot meets right at the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold and release. Chair pose, Utkatasana, sit low, reach high. Exhale, prayer twist, bring your hands to heart center, hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Squeeze your inner thighs tight together here, and then take a look down at your knees. If that left knee is inching forward ahead of the right, imagine you could press your left butt cheek to the wall behind you, line up those knees, squeeze your thighs tight, and sit a little deeper. Take one more big breath in. Forward fold, exhale, release. Halfway lift, breathe in. Chaturanga Dandasana, exhale, high plank to low, returning to your downward facing dog. Once again, once you're in that down dog, just find your breath. If you want to pedal out your feet again to create a little bit more stretch, to reset, go for it. And then as you're ready, find your stillness. We've got one more side. Inhale, left heel rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine, pull forward. Inhale, three-legged dog, kick up. Exhale, left knee, left armpit, use your obliques. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale to your right armpit, find that twist. Inhale, left heel rises. Knee to nose, exhale, round and step it through, runner's lunge. Easy twist, left hand high, inhale, look up. Exhale, close that twist, left hand returns to the earth. High crescent lunge, breathe in, rise, stand nice and tall. Warrior two, exhale, open to your right. Reverse warrior, inhale, left hand up and back. Extended side angle, exhale, send that energy forward. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten your left knee, tick-tock your arms. Trikonasana, exhale, triangle pose, hip sack, back arms, drop 6 and 12, stay for the breath in. Wide-legged forward fold, exhale, spin your left toes to face the same direction as your right. Let your head get heavy down between your feet and breathe. From here, settle your hands to the earth beneath your shoulders. Inhale, lift halfway, find a long flat back. Exhale, Skandasana to your right heel. Bend that right knee, sink your booty low, spin your left toes to face the sky. Once again, find whatever variation of this posture works best in your body. Focus on the length of your spine, the lift of your crown upward, the sink of your tailbone down. Left ankle stays active. Notice what's going on through the inner line of the left hip. Again, you can fly hands free, or you can use the hands for stability and support. Take an inhale here. Runner's lunge to the top of your mat. Exhale, square off over that left leg. Standing split, kick your right heel to the sky. Let your head dangle heavily. If you can look down the length of your body and spot your right toes, make sure that they're facing the ground. Let your head get a little heavier. And then bring your hands for support and stability to those blocks or those stand-in props. Take a slow breath in, feel that right heel rise. Exhale, take a wide swing back behind you and to the left as you tap the pinky edge of your right foot down, left knee bend. Feel that stretch through the outer left hip here. So it's that weird, funky skier squat. Inhale, standing split, press off the left foot, send the right toes high. Exhale, skier squat again. Sweep that right leg behind you, pinky toe foot of the foot to the earth. Inhale, standing split, right heel rises once more. Last time, find that skier squat, right foot taps down, hold and breathe. Can you sink into that left knee a little bit deeper and find a slightly stronger sensation through the outer left hip? Back to your standing split. Inhale, right heel high. Forward fold, exhale, right foot meets left at the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway, reset the spine. Exhale, forward fold, relax. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, sit low, reach high. Exhale, prayer twist to the left, hands find heart center. Right elbow hooks to the outside of that left knee. Once again, check in with your knees, and if the right knee is trying to scissor forward ahead of the left, push your right butt cheek back. Find the alignment of your knees, squeeze tight through the inner thighs, and then can you sink your sits bones a little bit deeper? Take one more breath in here. Forward fold, exhale, and release. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Exhale, your journey all the way back to downward facing dog. Once you hit that inverted V shape, hold space, connect to your breath once again. Slow breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Step all the way through, come down to a seat on your bum. This is our first official break of our practice. So if you want to take this opportunity to towel off any sweat or to grab a sip of water, you can do all of those things. We're going to get ready to create a little bit more strength through the mid-body by way of a little bit of active core work. So lay on down to your back and then bring your knees to stack over your hips, shins parallel to the earth. Feet are flexed so that you have that energy extending all the way down the lengths of both legs. Interlace your hands behind your head, take your elbows wide. Pause here, hug your low belly in and feel your low spine connect to your mat. At that point, send those knees 1 inch further forward. Take a slow inhale. Exhale, yogi bicycle crunch. Cross left elbow to right knee, kick the left leg out. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, switch sides, right elbow to left knee, kick the right leg out. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale to your left. That's the move. Inhale through center. Exhale, switching sides, finding that nice twist through the belly as you bicycle move the legs. Keep going at your own pace. Quality over quantity. So if you're moving at a snail's pace, but you feel that burn in the belly, you're doing it right. You're here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take as many as you need to even out your sides, and then lower your shoulder blades back to the earth. Hug your thighs in towards your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side just to massage the low back. Find your stillness. Hook your hands behind your knees and start to rock and roll the length of your spine as many times as you need to get the momentum to make it all the way back to downward facing dog. Holding strong and steady in that inverted V shape once you're there. All right, y'all, find that breath. We're moving through a modified variation of our sun bee one more time on each side. We'll pause about halfway through for a nice side body stretch, and then we'll continue on. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Inhale, right heel rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine, rock forward. Inhale, three-legged dog. Right knee, right armpit. Exhale, tap if it's available. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left armpit. Wild thing. If you want it, take it. Otherwise, how long can you hold that connection of right knee to left armpit? Take one more breath in. If you're in wild thing, exhale, left hand back to the earth. All together, three-legged dog. Kick your right heel into the sky. Exhale, runner's lunge. Round your spine. Step right foot to right thumb. Easy twist. Inhale, right hand high. Open your heart. Look up. Exhale, close the twist. Right hand drops. High crescent lunge. Breathe in. Rise up. Stand tall. Warrior two. Exhale, open to your left. Reverse warrior. Inhale, right hand up and back. Extended side angle. Exhale, swivel forward. Reverse triangle, straighten your right knee, shift your right hand up and back. Exhale, Trikonasana, draw your side body as long as your right hand lowers. Take the breath in. Wide-legged fold, exhale. Lift halfway, reset the spine, fill up. Skandasana to the back of your mat, exhale, bend your left knee, lower your butt. All right, here's where we're gonna pause. We're going to start shifting it around a little bit. From your Skandasana, lean back until you sit on the ground. Now you've got your left knee bent and it's hugged in pretty close to your left armpit and your right leg extended towards the top edge of your mat. Take a big breath in, reach both hands up. Exhale, side bend to your right. So take that right arm, wrap it around, grab your left ankle, and then lean towards your right foot with that left hand. Maybe you have enough space in your left side body to hook onto your toes. Maybe you're way far away. There's no wrong wherever you might be here, but wherever you are, can you actively rotate your left side body open and back? Give yourself about 3 big breaths in this space. Gently begin to unwind this side bend, lift up, inhale, send both hands high. Here's the trick, Skandasana. Can you lift your butt? Maybe you use your hands, maybe you don't. Take 1 more breath in. Runner's lunge, top of your mat. Exhale, square off over that right leg. This is a big move. Press into your left hand, side plank. Step your right foot back, roll to the pinky edge of your left foot, reach your right hand into the sky, hold. You have the option to stagger your feet for a slightly more stable foundation or even lower your left knee altogether. Take a big breath in. Exhale, thread that right arm underneath your left side body because you can. Inhale, side plank, reach that right hand back up. Exhale, thread under your left armpit. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, last time, thread under. Use those obliques to twist. Inhale, side plank, right hand rises. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana or straight back to down dog, your choice. That is our final flow. We will need to do it 1 more time to even out our sides. But once we've completed it on the left, we'll start to slow our practice down. Take a slow breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, left heel high, 3-legged dog. Knee to nose, exhale, round your spine, rock forward. Inhale, left heel back into the air. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Your obliques are working here. Inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, left knee, right armpit, find that twist. Wild thing, kick that left leg out. Send your right hand into the sky. Feel your chest and belly roll open. 1 more breath in. Right hand back to the earth. Exhale, all together. 3-legged dog. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, runner's lunge. Round your spine. Step, left foot to left thumb. Easy twist. Inhale, left hand high. Exhale, close the twist. Left hand drops. High crescent lunge. Inhale, rise up. Stand tall. Warrior 2. Exhale, open right. Reverse warrior. Inhale, take that left hand back. Extended side angle, exhale, go back forward. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten your left knee, shift your left hand back. Trikonasana, exhale, triangle pose, sass back with the hips, lengthen the side body. Stay for the breath in. Wide-legged fold, exhale, swivel your left heel. Lift halfway, feel the length of your spine, inhale. Skandasana, back of your mat, exhale. Bend your right knee, drop your butt. All right, from here, slowly lean back until you are seated. So your right heel is right up close to your butt. Your knee is close to your armpit. Take a big breath in, reach both hands high. Exhale, side bend to your left. So wrap that left hand in front of you. Grab your right shin. Send your right fingertips up and overhead. Maybe you once again reach your right hand to your left foot. And then wherever you are, can you swivel open through your chest, rotating that right side body back. Take about 3 more breaths here. All right, yogis, inhale, come back through center, reach both hands high. Use your hands or don't. Pop back up into your skandasana. Hold for the breath in, lengthen your crown skyward. Runner's lunge, top of your mat, exhale, square off over that left leg. Here we go, plant that right hand, side plank, Vashisthasana. Step your left foot back, reach your left hand high. Find the foot and or leg variation that best serves you here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, thread that left hand under your right side. Inhale, send it back up, side plank. Exhale, thread it under. Inhale, side plank. Exhale, thread under. Inhale, side plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, our last one. Come all the way back to your downward facing dog. From here, it's mostly downhill as we just unwind and reset the body. Find your breath. Find your stillness. All right, y'all. From here, take your feet out wide to the right and left edges of your mat, and then walk them in just a little bit. So you have a wide stance and a short down dog. Root into your right hand. Slow and steady, reach under your body with your left hand, grab your right ankle and twist underneath your right armpit. Can you press through both heels, sending even distribution of your weight back through both feet? Gaze is twisting up underneath that right armpit. This is sort of like that twist we did from tabletop at the beginning of our practice. Gently release your left hand back to your mat. Do the same thing on the second side. Right hand reaches under your body, grabs for that left ankle as you swivel your gaze underneath your left from this short, wide down dog. Start to bring your right palm back to the earth and then walk both hands back towards your feet. You already have that wide stance. Bend your knees, drop your butt, find your Malasana Yogi squat. Give yourself a few breaths here just to sink into this space through the hips. Using the strength of your thighs, inhale, forward fold as you lift your hips. Exhale, toe heel your feet back toward that hips width distance. Slowly crawl your hands back out to the top edge of your mat. Find your down dog. If you need to step your feet back a little bit, step your feet back a little bit. All right, y'all, we're working into a half pigeon here, but we're going left side first. You'll see why. Inhale, kick your left heel to the sky. Exhale, half pigeon pose. Slide that shin to the earth between your wrists. Extend your right leg long behind you. All right, so I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm talking about here. So you've got the left leg forward, the right leg back. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Take a big breath in. Exhale as you gently begin to bow down over your left leg. From here, you're going to incorporate a twist. Rotate your spine, hook your left elbow to the sole of your left foot. Bring your hands together at heart center. The trick here is to not roll too far onto that left hip. So maybe it's easier for you to grab hold of opposite elbows. It's a little bit less intense through the chest, as long as you're here in that twist. And then start to relax your neck, maybe gaze upward, take about 3 to 5 breaths. Slowly unwind this twist. Take just 2 breaths in a middle position here in this half pigeon pose, just to soften through the shoulders and chest. And then start to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, tuck your right toes under, come back to your downward facing dog, left foot right at the back of your mat. And if you want to take any little movements to rejuice those hips, take those little movements. And then we'll take that second half pigeon on our right side this time. Inhale, right heel rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, half pigeon pose. Slice that shin between your wrists. Extend your left leg long behind you. Pause for a moment here, lengthen upward. Take an inhale. Exhale as you lengthen downward over that right leg. Slowly begin to swivel your chest. Right elbow finds the sole of your right foot. Hands come to heart center as you twist from this half pigeon. And then find whatever micro adjustments you need to find here to make this bearable in your body. It's going to be a little bit more uncomfortable than a standard half pigeon. That's kind of the point. But also, we never know what we can do or what we like to do or don't like to do until we do it. Take your last 3 to 5 breaths here. Gently begin to unwind this twist. Hang out at center just for a breath or two to let your spine and hips reset. And then walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, tuck your left toes under, return to your downward facing dog. This is our last time here. If you want to wiggle around that right to open up into the hip a little more, go for it. And then find your way to stillness. Reconnect with your breath. Take a slow inhale and a slow exhale. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Step all the way through. Come down to a seat on your bum and then lay down onto your back. Feel a bend in your knees as your feet come flat to your mat. Heels walk in nice and close to your tush. Let your arms drape down at your sides. Take a moment here, scoop your tailbone under, lengthen your low back, bridge, pose, inhale, lift your hips up into the air. Can you soften your glutes? And then once again, interlace your fingers together underneath you. Walk your shoulder blades towards your spine to broaden through your chest. Press into your feet really firmly. Let your hips lift a little higher. We'll hold here for about 5 more breaths. As you press into your feet, can you feel your chest pull towards your chin? And at the same time, can you actively pull your chin away from your chest so you're lengthening into the back of your neck? Take one more inhale, lift a little bit higher through the hips. Release the bind of your hands. Exhale, slowly surrender your spine back down to the ground. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet come to touch, knees splay open wide. This time you don't have to worry about pressing your low back into the earth. If it wants to rainbow up just a little bit, you can allow that to happen. Go ahead and bring your left hand to rest on your heart and your right hand on your belly just below your navel. At this point, you can start to release the intensity of your Ujjayi breath. Still engaged and connected to your practice, but starting to enter into a sweeter place, a place of ease. Gently reach both hands to the outside edges of both knees. Close your thighs together like book pages, and then gently draw both of your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Take a slow breath in. Exhale, gently drop both knees over to the left, taking a gentle supine twist variation here. By now, your spine should be open enough that it's a little easier to press that right shoulder blade down, but if not, Maybe you dial back on the twist, really press into the right shoulder blade, and then let the knees fall once more. Last 2 breaths here. Gently come back through center. Inhale as both knees pull towards your chest. Exhale, gentle supine twist as your knees fall right. Opening up across your chest once more, press into your shoulder blades. Maybe taking your gaze towards the left, whatever feels right in your body here, as long as you're breathing. Inhale to draw back through center, knees pull towards your chest. Fully extend both heels towards the ceiling. Come into a legs up the wall. If you are close to a wall, maybe you actually want to take literal legs up the wall. And if you want something a little bit more intense, you have the options of plow pose or shoulder stand. Just be mindful wherever you go that your gaze stays fixed on the ceiling right above you instead of gazing right and left. Take the next 5 breaths here in whatever variation of this inversion you've chosen to land. When we move a lot through the hips, it's nice just to find a sort of inverted position to rejuvenate the hips, to let that blood flow into those joints and create a little bit more ease. If you have ventured anywhere other than legs up the wall, slowly bring your spine back down to the ground. We'll all meet in this legs up the wall, so we'll take about a breath or 2 just to reconvene. Slowly bend your knees, let your thighs drop into your chest. Happy baby pose. Reach up between your ankles, grab for the pinky edges of both feet, your thighs open wide to frame your belly. And this is our last active pose of our practice this evening. So if you want to create some movement here, to get a little bit more dynamic with this pose, feel free. 3 more breaths in your happy baby. Gently release the hold of your feet. Draw your knees back together at your chest. Wrap both arms around your shins. Curl up into a tight ball here, chin to chest, forehead towards knees. Feel the compression of your belly. Take a great big inhale through your nose. Exhale, Shavasana. Extend your entire body long and heavy to the earth below you. Legs kick out long, arms drape down at your sides. Soften your jaw, close your eyelids, and just give yourself permission here to settle into a place of stillness, resisting that temptation to fidget or to check out, allowing all the work that you have put into the last hour to circle back in and take hold. This is where our effort plants its roots and begins to flourish. We need the stillness to appreciate the practice. Without introducing movement just yet, start to bring your awareness back into your physical body. Take a soft scan from the crown of your head to the soles of both feet. And without judgment or expectation, can you just observe the sensations you might be feeling within your body? Maybe become aware of the sensations around you, the earth and what it feels like underneath, the air as it touches your skin. And then in acknowledgement of all of these sensations, take a great big inhale. Release everything that no longer serves you with a resounding exhale. Softly start to re-engage your muscles. Find little movements, a wiggle of your toes or your fingers, a lick of your lips. Gradually allowing those movements to expand out from the places at which they started, creating a little bit more mobility in the body, bringing yourself back to this space at this moment. And as you're ready to move on with the rest of your Monday evening, take a great big full body stretch. Extend your arms up and overhead, kick your toes towards the top of your mat, fill your lungs. Exhale, draw your knees one last time into your chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. Thank your body here for showing up on your mat for you today, for every incredible thing it is now or will one day be capable of. And then make your way up gently to a comfortable seated position. I'm grateful for each and every one of you for taking the time out of your Monday evening to sign on to this Zoom class and to practice yoga with me, with one another, doing something good for yourself, because amidst all the weirdness and all the chaos and all the uncertainty, you still have your practice. And in this space, even though we aren't together, in some way we are. Gently float your hands up into the air, let your palms connect. Softly sink those hands down, thumbs graze your third eye for wisdom, your lips for peace, your heart for love. The highest, brightest light and student within me is a perfectly imperfect reflection of the exact same light and teacher within each of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so very much. I really appreciate you being here. Again, I'm Allison. I teach again tomorrow at 1 and then Thursday at 5:30. The 5:30 on Thursday is a beginner class. If you have any questions or comments for me, I'll leave this open for a little bit. You can send a message on the chat, or I always put a little question on my Instagram stories prior to a class asking if you guys have any requests or suggestions, things you want to work on. So if you want anything specific, just keep an eye out for that. Let me know. I will do my best always and every time to best serve you guys. It's hard if there's a bunch of different like wacky requests that don't marry, but our requests today were for side bodies, outer hips, and outer thighs. And I was like, well, hell yeah, that makes great sense. So thank you so much for being here. Woo! Thank you guys. Have a beautiful rest of your Monday. We'll see you next time.